Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match on WWE 2K18. Now this one has been suggested by GTA Money, thank you very much for that one. And it's going to be Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a triple threat match. Now this should be pretty damn good as well. We've gone for the NXT arena, well one of the NXT arenas, solely because that's where these three guys really made their name in WWE. Of course, all very much had a massive name before joining WWE, don't get me wrong, but this is where they all started, and I believe they were all in there at the same time. There's a slight overlap. I think the Balor-Nakamura overlap was very, very slight. Of course, we saw the Nakamura versus Joe feud for the NXT Championship, and I believe it, wasn't it Balor versus Joe? It was Balor versus Joe. Joe took the belt, and Balor went up to the main roster, and Nakamura went after Joe. So very much a passing of the torch from Balor to Nakamura in the NXT terms anyway. And of course this one is worth ranking points as well, so a big one once again. For me, I'm not going to lie, I want Shinsuke Nakamura to win this one. Because both, well, Joe is on Adrenaline, which is one of PJ Toby's brands. And Finn Balor is on Mayhem, one of PJ Toby's brands. Whereas Nakamura is on Throwdown, which of course is one of mine. So I'm hoping that I get the victory, solely because it just makes my life easier when it comes to it, basically. Ranking points are a big, big thing in this universe mode, and as I've said before, they're not the be-all and end-all of the universe mode. Just because you've got the most ranking points doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be fighting against the champion. But it does give us an indication of who's at the top of their game and who's maybe not having the best of times, and that's quite evident with some of these guys. I believe that not Neville, what am I looking at Neville for? I believe that that Balor's ranking is not actually that good. I've actually got it in front of me, haven't I? I've got the Mayhem list in front of me. Finn Balor. I'll take it back. Finn Balor's 145 points. Balor's doing pretty well. Who is it? Throwdown I've got here as well. So Samoa Joe is... Samoa Joe's not on there, is he? Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura's on 200, so he's doing very well. And Samoa Joe is on 175. So all three of these guys are doing bloody well, actually. One of them is going to get 10 points. The other two are going to lose 5 points in this match. So it does have big implications. It is going to make a big difference. And I'd be interested to see which one of these three guys can walk out with those points. And, of course, the victory here in this random match. So, as I said earlier on, this match was suggested by GTA Money. So, if anyone else has done any other suggestions, then please let me know in the comment section down below. And I believe GTA Money's got quite a few other suggestions in the hat as well. I'm just looking down my list of comments that I used to put them in the hat. Yeah, I can see Bray Wyatt versus Kevin Owens. Yeah, that's on there. And there might be some more in there as well. That's the only one I can see off the top of my head. So anyone else with any suggestions, then like I said, do drop them down in the comment section down below, and I'll get them added into the hat. And of course, if yours does get pulled out, you will get a little shout out in the process. There he is then, Finn Balor. Finn Balor. The Demon. So I noticed this, right, and I'm just going to go on a little bit of a random rant here. Well, it's not a rant. I did say during the, before the release, I was a bit disappointed with 2K's decision to split the Demon character and the normal Finn Balor up. However, since I've started the universe, I think they might have been clever with it all. Because although they're classed as two separate characters, in the universe, if you click on Finn Balor, rather than Finn Balor Demon, you could actually still use the Demon attire. But it's not available that way in singles matches. So if you're doing an exhibition, you have to pick one or the other. If you're in universe mode, it seems to have merged both characters together, so you can actually still... Because I was moaning because of the idea of... if you've created a feud with Finn Balor and you want that feud to end with Finn Balor as Demon Balor, then it wouldn't work because obviously it's a different character, so the momentum's different. The feud, they're not actually involved in the feud either because it's a different character rather than a different attire. But it looks like they have got around that 2K. I'll have to double check that. That's just something that I'd noticed. Whether it's 100% or I've got myself confused, I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that's the case. We'll have to have a look, won't we? We'll have to have a look as time goes on. Of course, here comes Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura. One of the top men in NXT. and somebody who SmackDown Live is absolutely destroyed. I don't know what's happened. It's so disappointing to me the way that people are moving up to the main roster, especially on SmackDown. On Raw doesn't seem to be much of a problem. Look at the people who's moving to Raw recently. Most recently, of course, Asuka, but we had Elias Sampson's probably the best one to look at. He was one of the most recent as well. And he's done fantastically well. And the Revival would have done very well as well if it wasn't for the injury. And they were being pushed quite a bit. And then you look down on SmackDown and you look at Nakamura. Nakamura has been given a push, but he keeps losing cleanly to Jinder Mahal. And I know the idea was to try and get Jinder Mahal to come across as a strong, dominant heel, but I believe there's only so far they can go with Jinder. And to me, it's just not realistic for Jinder to defeat Nakamura that many times clean. So that's frustrating for me. And the whole Bobby Roode situation. My God, how do you take someone as over as Bobby Roode and get him stuck in a stupid little feud with Dolph Ziggler? Now, I like Dolph Ziggler. I like Bobby Roode. Do I like them feuding together? Possibly. Do I like this storyline of them feuding together? No. This storyline's really dodgy, and the cheap victories by both of them, just, it's a bit of an anticlimax. You want to see something big, you want to see something impressive. And hopefully they've got some better plans moving forward, because SmackDown Live, their roster's looking very good now. With Nakamura, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler. They've got some real strong names on there. And I'm just hoping moving forward that we get some good stuff. And you can imagine the sort of matches that we could get at WrestleMania this year. And I do sincerely hope that Vince has been smart enough to hold on to AJ versus Nakamura until WrestleMania. We got treated to an early version of AJ versus Balor, and that showed just the match quality that these two guys can put on when they have barely any time to prepare. Think about the quality of matches these guys can put on when they've got more time to prepare, and that's the same with the AJ Nakamura. We know that AJ versus Nakamura is a pre-made 5-star match. They've wrestled each other before in New Japan several occasions, and every single match was fantastic. So I can't wait to see that one at WrestleMania. Wow, we're up to nearly 7 minutes already, or more than 7 minutes already, and that's just the entrances. So I think GTA Money, you've picked 3 guys with the longest entrance. So was that your way of getting a longer video out of me? It was, wasn't it? 3 really long entrances. The entrances on this match have lasted longer than the last match we did last episode lasted completely. The last episode was a 2 out of 3 falls match. It only lasted about 7 minutes. This one's nearly 8 minutes now, and the bell's just gone. Of course, maybe it's a little bit shorter for you because I cut a little chunk off here and there because I do have a bit of a loading screening before just to make sure that I get all the details in. But there we go. We are underway. Triple threat rules apply. Triple threat rules apply. No countouts, no disqualifications. Pinfalls and submissions must take place inside the ring, though. And this is a hell of a match, isn't it? And it is unfortunate, but this is the reason for the random match playlist. It's solely because we have that many talented individuals that are spread across the brands that you would never get a chance to see this match in SWE at this point in time. Because these 3 guys were all some of the top picks in the draft. Which has led, like I said, to these guys all being on separate brands. Now, if you've not seen it, you won't have seen it yet, will you? Because it's on tomorrow. No, it's not. It was on yesterday. Okay, I'll take it back. If you've not seen it yet, then be sure to go back and check out our episode of Throwdown for the Universe Mode. Because we started that episode with a bang. A massive, massive first time ever match. It was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kurt Angle. The winner will go on to face off against CM Punk for the Throwdown Championship at our first pay-per-view. So that is what you've missed if you've not seen Throwdown. So do go back and check that one out. There should be a link to the playlist for the Universe Mode in the description below. I will have to double check that, but I'm sure I did put that in there. So, like I said, if you have missed it, then definitely go back and check that one out because it was a doozy. It really was a doozy. And of course, we've already got an episode of Mayhem and Octane uploaded as well. So if you're bored this weekend, not much to do, then I've got a good 3-4 hours worth of Universe Mode ready there for you, waiting to go. And I'm planning, whether it's going to be possible or not, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm planning on a special episode this weekend as well, just to get things going, you know. Just to get things going. Right, enough of random babbling. Let's get back into the match. I do apologise. I often can go off on a tangent every now and again. You got to plug yourself, though. You got to plug it, haven't you? So Balor throwing Joe into the corner. Oh, nice. Going to go for that. Oh, went for the complete shot, the flatliner into the corner. I thought he might be going for that big drop kick. Wow. Nakamura getting caught out with that big German suplex from the middle rope. And Finn Balor is in control here. Like I said, for me, I want Joe to win because... Not Joe. I want Nakamura to win because Nakamura's on my brand. But to be honest with you, I don't think it really matters that much because Nakamura's done a hell of a lot of ranking points anyway. So that victory is not going to make a huge amount of difference. Joe completely flattens Finn Balor. And if you're ever wondering what I'm on about with the ranking points, you can check out in the description. Will be in the universe description rather than this one. There is a link to the blogger page which have all of the rankings for the different brands. Basically, there's ranking points available for every single match you're in. Obviously, the more difficult the match or the more high profile the match, the more points it's worth. And that's been going on since we did our last season on 2K18. So there's quite a lot of points in it already. So yeah, definitely worth a check out if you really want to see who's on all the rosters as well and what sort of level they're looking at the moment. So Finn Balor now sending Nakamura into the corner. Are we looking potentially at that shotgun dropkick? We are. And Samoa Joe is down, but Joe is now slowly getting back up to his feet. There's a shotgun dropkick. It's a bit of a tongue twister, that one. Balor heads up top. Went for the big splash, and there was a bit of a mess there. Not quite sure what happened, but Joe is going to try and take advantage. Went for the scoop slam, but Nakamura reversed it into that backdrop. Nakamura now bringing Joe back up to his feet. Joe catching Nakamura. And Nakamura fighting back with a big boot in the guts. Oh, Yuri... No, it's not. I finally remember what the name of that move is. He didn't use it because that's AJ Styles' move, that's why. But there we go. Nakamura now. I thought he was going to go for a power slam there on Balor, but no, just dropping him snake eyes across that top turnbuckle. And of course, Balor, even if he... Nakamura, even if he does get a big move here on Balor, he won't be able to go for the pin because the referee is down. Joe's back up on his feet, though, on the outside. Joe now catching Nakamura, snap suplex. What on earth? What on earth was Finn Balor doing there? Just turning his back on Samoa Joe. And luckily for Finn, that was a rope break. And Joe starting to feel it now, starting to build it up. It can only take one Coquina clutch to win this match. Then again, it's the same for everyone, isn't it? One coup de grace, one Kinshasa, one Coquina clutch. It could be anything, couldn't it? Nice Saito suplex there by Nakamura coming up behind Finn. Nakamura now pulling Joe out the corner, drops a knee across the spine of Joe. There's the pin. One. Only a one count, wow. Joe showing incredible resilience here. Joe catching Nakamura with the right hand. And again. Joe lifted Nakamura up, dropping him across that turnbuckle. Big knee strikes in the face of Nakamura. And Nakamura just flops off the apron. And Joe, is that? It is, he just locked in the Coquina clutch. Nakamura was paying too much attention to, Balor was paying too much attention to Nakamura. And Joe was able just to lock in that Coquina clutch, but Balor close enough to the ropes to get the rope break. Finn Balor now just getting right in the face there of Nakamura, then hitting him with a flatliner as well. Not Nakamura, that's Joe, isn't it? There's the pin. There's Nakamura. Balor now looking for that 1916 on Nakamura and hits it. Is that enough for the pin? He goes for the pin. Joe's down as well. 1, 2. No, it's not. Nakamura kicked out on the brink of 3. Finn with the big knees. They're into a code breaker. Joe catching Balor out with that back elbow. Balor fighting back, and Finn Balor has really turned it on the last couple of moments. There's the pin. Again, it's only there for a 2 count. Balor there with the boots right in the back of the head of Joe. Now Balor continuing to get with the crowd, really. Just trying to G up the crowd, knowing that's going to help him boost himself up as well. Get the momentum going. Oh, Balor almost hit the referee there by mistake. And does catch Nakamura with that running codebreaker again. He's gone to that move quite a few times so far in this match. Balor now taking Nakamura up on his shoulders. Nakamura slides out the back. Nakamura going to take an opportunity and just drops into the pin on Samoa Joe. I don't think it's quite going to be enough. No, it's not. Joe wasn't suitably damaged by the looks of it. Nice suplex there though by Nakamura on Joe. There's the pin, 1. Balor's back up 2, and Balor wasn't going to get there in time. He was not going to get there in time, was he? But luckily Joe kicked out. Oh. Nakamura came storming across, and I think Balor might have been going for it. Why is no one going to hit the move when I actually remember what it's called? I only watched TLC a couple of days ago. I was a bit late on TLC, so I've got the Balor versus Styles match fresh in my mind. And there we go, Nakamura picks up the victory. While I was babbling on about crap, Nakamura picks up the victory. And that is good for me then, because Nakamura picks up some more ranking points. Big boot in the side of the head there by Joe on Finn Balor. That move, it actually knocked Kurt Angle out in a TNA match, didn't it? That boot in the side of the head by Joe. Yeah, knocked Angle clean out in one match. So it's a pretty good match, this one, actually. I quite enjoyed this one. So thank you very much once again to GTA Money. Of course, if anyone else has any other suggestions for random matches you would like to see, then please do drop them down in the comments section down below. But we've come to the end of this one. It was a much longer one than some of the normal matches we've had in it, but it was definitely worth the match. It was a very good match. It's a match that I would like to see maybe some more of in our universe mode. But of course, all these guys are on different brands. But I'm pretty sure at some point we can have some sort of mixed brand show. I'd like that. I'd like to just have a super show at some point, just the All-Star Weekend maybe, a bit like what PWG do, and just literally create the best match card we possibly can over 2 days. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, but we'll leave it there for now. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, please do like and, of course, subscribe if you're new around here as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our next WWE 2K18 random match. Bye. The 1, 2, 3.